What's a dating preference you have that you think is socially unacceptable? There are as many socially unacceptable preferences in this thread as there are unpopular opinions in r/unpopular opinion. They are under controversial. This one hurts to say because it's not their fault and I genuinely feel bad. But I wouldn't be able to handle mental illness or trauma anymore. Don't feel bad. Sometimes you gotta do what's right for you, and knowing you won't be able to be there for someone to that level is okay. I won't get seriously involved with anyone who has a large, tightly knit family. I'm talking like a stereotypical Italian dinner at Nonna's every Sunday with my 14 cousins and siblings type thing. Like I'm happy for them. And deep down I probably wish I had that growing up. But I'm just not from that sort of family dynamic, so there always being a large family obligation to go to makes me so uncomfortable. Plus, more often than not they want to have a horde of children of their own, and I just do not. Also, despite what single mothers will try to guilt you into thinking, dating a single mother as a 20-something with no children is almost always doing yourself a disservice. I feel the same. My family is small and divorced. I'm okay with men who have large families, but if it's tight-knit and I'm sitting on your mom's couch every Sunday for hours I will resent you. That's not ideal for me. My fiance has a large family with gatherings like that. I just skip them unless it's an important event. I'm even doing Thanksgiving with my friends instead of his family because I didn't wanna be trapped with them for 4 days when I could just do a single day dinner and hermit on the weekend instead. Preferring not to date at all. It's still a general social expectation to at least try. It's funny how many people think you must be lying just because it's not true for them. I'm Eros and you have no idea how true this is. People literally get personally offended by someone disliking romance and sex. I won't date Indian women anymore. This is a big deal because my city has a lot of them. Reasons being that I do not want to constantly have family and cultural obligations, nor do I want my partner's family constantly involved in our relationship. If you've met anyone Indian, this is pretty much unavoidable in most cases, especially once things get serious. Even if they grew up outside of India, they still have a hard time setting boundaries with their parents and other family. Vancouver or Toronto. Not dating single mothers. Apparently that's pretty offensive to a lot of people. Oh man, I have a few. No kids. Dated a woman with a kid. Cheated on me on my birthday with the guy I didn't need to worry about. Never let me have a proper goodbye with the kid who I formed a super close bond with. That hurt more than the cheating did. To be honest, no one in the process of separating/divorcing. I can't see how someone can work on themselves or their baggage while simultaneously exiting a marriage and starting a new relationship. No one who doesn't take their health or fitness seriously. I don't need you to be a gym rat. I just need you to want to continually better yourself/your health. These are maybe the most socially acceptable boundaries in the dating universe. Someone who understands the need for alone time. Absolutely. I always tell PPL ahead of time when I'm starting something that I'm probably not gonna be online every day and I might go 2 to 3 days without texting them sometimes. And that doesn't mean I don't like them. I like my alone time. And also talking every single day starts getting boring really quickly because more often than not you'll start running out of things to say. Most PPL aren't going out and doing exciting stuff every day. I legit have nothing to say at my day sometimes. Also I'm comfortable with being alone. So when someone is messaging me several times a day, even when I told them I wanted a day to myself, it gives me the ick. It shows me they are insecure more than anything. And that they can't stand the thought of not being the center of my attention for a day, or they think I'm the insecure one despite me stating otherwise. I'm an independent person. And while I don't mind helping partners with their mental health stuff, I'm not going to put up with that behavior right off the bat. That's just red flags all around. Not wanting kids. Most people take Ike really bad even though I clearly say it early on. Edit. Weird to read. So many men lie as well. Guess men and women are not so different about this. I've dated quite a few women who were like, yeah, I can change your views on this one. Aren't date over. Just waiting for a good, child-free dating app. I'm a lady, but wanted to share the frustration. Right? For the love of God. Someone make this already. Seems like every dude where I live either wants kids, has kids, or has kids and wants more. It says in multiple places on my profile that I don't want them, and these dudes message me anyway. I really don't get it. A lot, not all, a lot of this is stuff that is unpopular on the internet that wouldn't even be a thing out in the real breathe air and touch grass world. Yeah, you prefer a thin, slightly younger woman who doesn't have a dong. Congrats. You're 98% of straight men. Ideally, she has 10 fingers, give or take, no STDs, and no crippling credit card debt. I'm super picky, I know. I prefer 11 fingers. Debt. Look, I understand life rough, and not everyone has equal opportunity, but at the same time I seen a lot of okayish regular people ignore every red flag in the book. Not because of society or the government, or whatever excuse they threw. They want a shiny new car. They have to go to the private university across the country and ignore the much cheaper community college. Or they have to maximum out their credits cards for the newest tech. All the while working a job that pays $30k and wants to quit if someone asks them to put their phone down. I sacrifice a great deal for what little I have now, and I really don't want to be in a relationship with someone that expects me to pay off her debt. In my culture, Arab men are supposed to pay for a girl's debt if they get together because it's no longer her debt, but our debt. Even though she be making the bare minimum payments, let her parents pay the minimum for her delaying it as long as possible because she expects someone else to take care of it for her. Well, according to my male co-workers, not wanting to have sex on the first date is weird. I guess wanting to actually build a connection is outdated. I'm with you on that one. I don't understand hookup culture. It's a nice idea, but it kinda devalues everything. But I'd much rather have a connection with someone. Yeah, like everyone should do what works for them, but I've always been an emotional guy, plus I'm a virgin, so I rather lose it to someone special, preferably my future wife, so I don't connect intimately with too many people. I posted this on a Reddit thread once and got downvoted to oblivion. I want someone who's worked through most of their S or had little to begin with, emotionally intelligent and stable, so we can work on doing great, fun things together instead of trying to keep the ship afloat and endlessly bailing water. I've been extremely fortunate to be raised by healthy, emotionally aware and brilliant parents, and I've done extensive internal and introspective work myself. I'm the rock for most, if not all, of my closest friends and family, and I want a partner that can be my equal. Of course everyone has ups and downs, but I'm talking about having a healthy baseline. This sentiment has sparked loads of hate, but why is it so controversial to want something in a partner that you have yourself? You are perfectly reasonable for requesting this. The only reason I can think of why people don't like this is because you're clearly extremely privileged with this upbringing and the position you're in currently, and therefore automatically also in a position to require the top of the bill. This may be harsh for people with equal investment in their lives who were dealt shittier cards. I prefer older women, as in 10+ years older. Society tells me it can't work long term. Shameless plug, r/Calgary Sandcubs. Married someone 9 years older than me. Been together 10 years and still going strong. 9-year difference between my husband and I, and we've been together for 6 years now. Not dating a girl that can't go a day or two without posting on Insta/Facebook. It is demeaning to feel like an accessory for their social media profile. The stories are the worst, because if they post that much, the stories are all day every day. I tried to date someone like that, and it's just horrid. Not only do you feel like an accessory, you need to always look good when around them, not just for socials, but for them to. Nothing like throwing down $100 for matching flannel outfits for Christmas you'll wear once because you don't like flannel. $100 for her friends to say oh wow and scroll on past. We don't even have a dog. I like assertive women. No, I do not mean bossy, pushy women who will disrespect me and or anyone. No, I'm not a man-child. I can take care of myself and make decisions on my own. I just like women who are okay with taking the lead, inside and outside the bedroom. Women who are secure enough in their femininity to be okay with being in charge. But men like me are seen as weirdos. Wimps by most women in society. Also, I love thick women. Even better, if they are thick and taller than me. I have nothing against women the same height or shorter, though. Not too short, but thick. Taller women are my weaknesses. But short man with a tall woman is something viewed as weird too. Plus, most women want a man taller than them. So taller women want taller men. Are you me lol? I dated a 6'1" lawyer and OMG she was perfect for me. She would pick restaurants and book us vacations without asking me a million questions. She would pay for things and never thought twice about how to make it even. I would of course do the same, but we felt like true partners. Sex was great because she knew what got her off and told me straight up that she only gets off on oral and expected it, but would always give it back. I think it's confidence to some extent, but she was logical. Even if we had an argument, I know it will be unlikely I find another one like her. No social media creators. I like dominant women. You're a man with taste, age doesn't interfere here tbh, it's the aura. I should go wash my hands. I don't find big girls attractive. Physical appearance matters in a relationship. I mean, fat people don't even want to date other fat people. It's the funniest I've ever seen. Yeah, I've met quite a few women who are fat and don't want to date fat men, only fit men. But they get offended at the idea of people not wanting to date them for being fat. It's something to behold. There is a sceneful episode where George Costanza, who in the show is short, overweight and bald, says he only wants to date tall, thin women with thick luscious hair. Is this an expression of self-hatred? /view 200D. I prefer women who are quiet and introverted, as in that is their natural personality. It's dangerous to say that in the US, because it comes off trying to silence women, which is not my intention at all. It's like when they open up to me, it's more meaningful or something. Plus I tend to keep my surroundings calmer and relaxed. I will take any lady who prefers to read a book somewhere on a beach, rather than one trying to outchug guys at a party. I prefer a fellow introvert is always a nice way to put it. I won't date religious woman. Got turned off by the threesome with your ex and the Holy Spirit? The father was weird enough, but I had to draw the line at the son. As a POC, I won't date super woke women. I feel like their pet or project, and I'm never allowed to hold opinions that break from their own without being maligned. Lol. Few things more annoying than someone who isn't a minority acting offended on your behalf, when you aren't even offended, or explaining to me how I should feel. Case in point, shared a written autobiographical story with a woman I was dating about abuse I experienced. She said it wasn't a fair account, because the abuser was also a POC and a victim of oppression / decolonialism / yada yada. Wild stuff. I know a Jewish guy who won't date Jewish women. We spoke about it, and he asked me if I'd ever dated one. I said yes. He asked, was she a huge bitch? She was. In fact, a huge bitch. Nearly every major sitcom in the last 30 years has been written, produced, and or directed by Jewish men. And, not coincidentally, almost every old Jewish woman character is the trope of a miserable naggy old woman. I think Asian women are super pretty and definitely have a preference for them. Do I ever admit this out in the open? No. Because despite how uncreepy this is, and how uncreepy I am, if you were to say this in polite company, you are a yellow fever having freak who wants a subservient geisha to watch your otsukidoji on repeat while she walks around barefoot carrying your babies. No thank you to any of that. So I just shut up about it and go on with life. Also, do not Google your otsukidoji as an Asian woman. Yeah, don't openly admit this. Just like how I would never openly admit I have a preference for Caucasian men lol. It's same match. Weed users / smokers. It's fine if you want to do that, and I'm not some goody two shoes by any means. But the smell is absolutely revolting to me that I'll just swipe left on anyone who hints at even being a smoker / 420 friendly. And no, opening a window or turning on a fan doesn't get rid of the smell. Curious if not doing, but using is still unacceptable? I hate the smell, but find it helpful, so I use edibles exclusively. Put the Phone down. I don't want to date someone who has a gluten or any other food allergy. I don't want to have to make sure every restaurant has gluten-free options. Or make sure that we always have an EpiPen on us. And I most certainly don't want my kids to have to deal with that as well. I prefer women of the same race as me. Called it? Cadget it as women, if you have coin. Oh, I don't remember this from Skyrim. Oh, I bet there is in one of those mods. She has to be physically active. It's okay to have some thicknesses cause that's human. But women who have very little to no physical activity is a huge red flag in dating. Physical activity is tied to your physical health, but also your mental health as well. Physical activity can truly help you with depression, anxiety, and help you let go of things that need to be let go of in life. I stay active despite some awful injuries that have happened to me. I expect my partner to do the same. Be disciplined. Stay active. Your future self and partner will be grateful. Women who get offended too easily. I'm a person of color and a pretty liberal person, but irks me when women and men get offended too easily. Realize everyone has different perspectives and have different lives. It's okay to disagree on things, but getting too up in arms about it is lame and shows lacks of emotional maturity. Women who don't take care of their teeth. I would like my partner to not be overweight. Mind you, I have dated overweight women in the past, but I'm very active, and it turns out that my preferences aren't superficial. I would like to be able to go on a walk and not have to stop every block or so to rest for 15-minute chews. That's not the sign of any overweight partner. That's the sign of a morbidly obese partner. There's a difference. Bingo.